So I'd like to give a very warm welcome to Allie and her assistants.
And 18 years ago in the state of Michigan, there was no strict pastry job. That was not a thing. And so I always had to work on a hotline. It was always baptism by fire. Because I didn't go to culinary school. And I didn't have a point of reference. And so it was just like a lot of faking it till you make it. There's a lot of faking it till you make it. And so that's what I did for a really long time. I have worked for a lot of different people. I spent a lot of time with Zingerman's in Ann Arbor. I worked at the Roadhouse. I opened Cornman Farms, their event space. I worked for Bon Bon Bon, the chocolate manufacturer that is in Hamtramck. There's also currently a pop-up in Midtown and one in Ann Arbor. I have worked for Savco Hospitality, so I worked at Sava's. And they used to have a central kitchen that I ran for a while. And then I had 2 more jobs. It's a lot of jobs, guys. You hop around a lot. In this industry, you hop around a lot. But I was the executive chef at Parks and Rec Diner in downtown Detroit for 3 years. And then I went on to become the executive chef at the Standard Bistro in Ann Arbor. And during 2020, we had decided we were going to reopen the restaurant as a different concept before the pandemic. And then the pandemic happened. And it was like, oh, we're not spending money on construction. Because who knows what's happening with any of our lives, right? We were all in this like pause position. And so at that time, we decided we were going to open a pop-up called Lala's. The reason it's called Lala's, I'll give you guys the insider. When my little brother was learning to talk, he was like 2-3 years old, he couldn't say my name. And so he started calling me Lala. And when we were trying to name the concept for the business, like this pop-up, we wanted to do elevated comfort food, like fun, but kind of funky stuff. My mom said, well, why don't you guys name it Lala's? And so that is how Lala's got its name. And so now, Lala's is a restaurant that currently we're looking for a home. And then we also have Lala's 2 in Brighton, Michigan on Main Street. And we do grab and go elevated meals. So our menu changes bi-weekly. We do soup, salad, sandwich, entrees, kind of bridging the gap for people that are sick of not great food in styrofoam containers from restaurants and don't want to do the drive-through and aren't into the whole like HelloFresh thing. We're kind of like the middle ground of that. And then we also do a ton of catering. So that's what we do. If you have social media, we obviously would love it if you followed us. I'm on Instagram as my name, Chef Allie Lyttle, and then my business is Lala's to Brighton everywhere. And so some things I'm really passionate about other than cooking are women and entrepreneurship and women in entrepreneurship. So when I got asked if we could do something with the Girl Scouts, I said, heck yeah, because that is what it is, right? So then I was tasked with making a recipe with Girl Scout cookies, which, sometimes you say yes to things before you know all the details. And you're like, I'm gonna make it work. So I decided to figure out how to make something savory, because there's a lot of recipes because I did a little research. There's a lot of recipes online about how to make like Thin Mint cake pops or Samoa cheesecake, which like I feel like most people could like get there on their own, right? Like you could figure out just what. So I decided, screw that, we're making a savory recipe, because I also don't ever like to take it easy on myself. So that's what we're doing here today. And I have my lovely assistants, Maggie and Olivia, that are gonna help us walk through this. And so I'm going to show you how to make, what are we making? I didn't even tell you guys. I just said it was savory. So we're gonna make coney chili with tagalongs. So when I was testing this recipe, I had a lot of people be like, how did you get here? Which, fair question, right? But I was thinking along the lines of a mole, right? So like a traditional Mexican mole, chilies, chocolate, peanut butter. And I just took it a little further and a little Midwest. We took a little Michigan hook to make a coney chili. So we're gonna do that. And then I think we'll have time for me to show you guys how to pickle red onions, which if I was making these at home, I would probably put pickled red onion on them. So, are you ladies ready to start? Okay, so I'm thinking I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how to start it, and then you guys will finish. Does that sound good? Great. You can tell we planned this ahead of time, right? All right, so, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna run through the ingredients, and then I'm gonna let the gals take off and help us. So, if you decide, you know what, this tag-along chili, I gotta do this in my house, this is what you need. You're gonna get an onion. Ideally, I like a Spanish onion. White onions are really, really sharp, and it's really hard to cook the sharpness out of them, which is why they're typically in things like guacamole, because, you know, the avocado, like the fattiness of that yields itself better. But so for things like this, I would always pick a yellow onion or a Spanish onion, a Vidalia onion. So you need that. You need some ground meat. It is of your choosing. If you want to use turkey, that's cool. If you want to, when I tested this, I used sausage, but today I have ground beef. You need 1 box of tagalongs. You should buy them today and support these lovely entrepreneurs, or whatever kind you want. Just buy some to eat. They last in your freezer forever. I have an unhealthy amount of Samoas on hand at all times. Sincerely. So we're gonna need salt. If you guys don't know, the best salt you can buy ever, in my opinion, is Diamond Crystal Kosher Salt. They sell it at Meijer now, which is really cool. It's actually from Michigan, which is really rad. But cooking with kosher salt, the benefit of it is the size of the granule. It is really hard to over season things with kosher salt. You have to add a lot of it. Whereas if you're using traditional table salt or iodized salt, it is very easy to go overkill very quickly. And then you're making a batch of chili for 45 people. So I'm always gonna recommend using kosher salt, ideally Diamond Crystal. It's all I buy at my house and in my kitchen. Worcestershire, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, salt, pepper, we said that. Oh, a lovely vendor gave me this olive oil. It is from Taste of Petra, so I'm really excited to use this. It's a cold pressed olive oil, which is really exciting. So you need a little oil, and then some stock, and then my very good friend, because here's the thing, ladies in business support ladies in business, right? Because like, it's not always the easiest sometimes, and this industry is still very male dominated. But my friend, Christina Coden, owns a business. Has anyone ever been to Red Hot's Coney? It was in Highland Park. It was open for 100 years. It was the best, I will die on the hill if it is the best Coney chili of all time. Yeah, it's the best Coney chili of all time, sincerely. They closed a few years ago, but Christina, it was a family business, 4th generation. She wanted to carry on what her family did, but she's a special ed teacher. She also has young children. And so running a Coney Island in Highland Park was not in her cards, but she has bottled her family's Coney seasoning that you can buy. And then also she sells refrigerated 1-pound containers of chili and then bricks of frozen chili you can buy. And it is to die for. You can find it all over. It's in a lot of Meijers, Randazzo. I should know this. We talk all the time. It's in a lot of independent grocers and then Meijer. Those are the main places you can find it. They have a website. She's very much more active on social media than I am. She does the TikTok. I don't do the TikTok. I don't have time to learn another social media platform. But she's great on TikTok. And so I highly, highly recommend this seasoning. If you don't have Red Hot's Coney seasoning, which you should, but if you don't, you can use chili powder. I think that's everything. Oh, I just want to add, if at any point you have a question, please just ask your question. Otherwise, it could get a little stagnant, and I don't want that for you guys. So I'm happy to answer whatever. It doesn't have to be about what we're doing today. It can be about whatever. And then I know there's time at the end to also ask questions. Ready to do Coney chili? Let's do it. All right, ladies, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna start with. I prefer always to make chili in a enamel pan or in an enamel pot, Dutch oven. So this is a Le Creuset. You don't have to have a Le Creuset. They're very expensive. Not everyone wants to do that. I understand. Lodge is a really good brand that, oh my gosh, guys, look. Hold on. I think we're out of fuel. I apologize. No, not empty. But so Lodge is a really great brand of cast iron that, or not cast, well, they do make cast iron. Right? There's still fluid in it.
Is it?
But now I can't get, you want to try it?
Good.
Yeah, cool. Technical difficulties, friends. But okay, so Lodge makes really excellent cast iron. Yeah.
What about stainless steel with aluminum bottom?
Oh, I don't know that I've ever used stainless steel with an aluminum bottom. I am a big fan of stainless steel in general. It's gonna last you a lifetime if you treat it right. And so I'm a huge fan of that, but I've never used it with an aluminum.
Would it be good instead of the enamel?
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. The biggest thing about enamel for me is it cooks really evenly. It's easy to clean, and they're really durable. But so if you don't have it, I think stainless steel, this is stainless steel what I'm reheating in, and it's great. So yeah, so Lodge is a really great, like more approachable brand. Martha Stewart actually makes a pretty good Dutch oven that they used to sell at Macy's. So those are my recommendations. But, so in an enamel pan, or pan of your choosing, we're gonna heat up a little bit of oil. Not a lot, because usually ground beef, or meat in general, usually has a good amount of fat in it. So we're just gonna go around our pan. Okay, so I'm really a measure with your heart, girl, okay? So I'm gonna tell you that's like a tablespoon and a half, give or take. If it's sticking, add a little more oil. I live in that world of like, okay, it's sticking a little bit, whatever, we'll fix it. All right, ladies, I'm gonna start cutting the onion and then you're gonna finish cutting the onion, okay? Cool. So we are gonna remove the ends of our onion and split her in half. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Peel this guy. I feel like everybody knows how to peel an onion now because the Food Network has been around for so long, but every time I do one of these, someone's like, oh, I didn't know how to do it. So hopefully someone out there doesn't know how to cut an onion. All right, ladies, and if not, I'm teaching the future of culinary in America, so. All right, so what you're always gonna do is you're gonna use the heel of your hand because it's more stable. You're gonna do lines through the middle. Then you're gonna turn your onion and you're gonna make little like sticks, if you will. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, then you're gonna dice it. That's what we're doing right now, okay? I'm left-handed. Are either of you left-handed? Yes! No one is ever left-handed. I'm very excited. All right, I'm gonna let whoever wants to step up and take over, you can take over doing the onion. You can also, you're right-handed? Yeah. All right, well then we're gonna flip it, and that's cool. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Right, wait, right. See, I don't even know how to do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, start. You're good. You're not gonna mess it up. It's an onion. And even if you did, there's like 3 more, so don't worry about it. And that's the biggest thing. I think so many people that I know are afraid to start cooking because they're like, ooh, what if I mess it up? So with savory food in particular, like you usually can fix it. So like, just try. I'm a big fan of just trying. You're doing great. You're doing great. Look at that. Look at that beautiful dicing. You can also, if you, I know people as, you know, you age, you can start to get arthritis in your hands or, oh, see our bigger pieces? I'm gonna have you chop up just like, yeah? All right, use this hand, put it on the top of your knife, and you wanna rock. That's the biggest motion. With cutting, it's always a rock. All right, so you can get one of those, they're very popular right now. They're like between 12 and 20 bucks. The choppers that have like the lid and you can like slam it down and it chops really well. Those are an excellent thing to use if you're starting to lose any kind of mobility in your hands or flexibility in your hands. I swear I worry that I'll be there sooner than later. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, we're done. You know, it's your turn. And you get to do it from the beginning. How about that? Do you remember what I did? Do you want me to show you again? Okay, that's okay. It's always better to say you don't know than to try and do it, so. All right, again, through the middle, right? And then you're just gonna cut sticks. Okay. And then you're gonna dice. Got it? Okay. Yeah, of course. So how much do you guys cook? Cook with your grandma a lot. What about you, darling? You don't cook that much? It's all right. How old are you guys? 12 and 11. You got some time to cook. I'll never forget, I started cooking. So my mom can't boil water. Like literally, she is the worst. Like she makes tea in the microwave. I just feel like that'll sum it up for everybody. Like that's her culinary level of anything. So my grandmother taught me how to cook. And I started making dinner for my allowance when I was like 12. And I'll never forget, I thought I was like the biggest innovator when I put Lowry seasoning salt on chicken and then put spaghetti sauce on it and put it in the oven. I was like, what up? I am it. Everybody should know that I am a chef and I'm awesome.
Innovator.
And, right, innovator. And now as an adult, I'm like, what the like, Jesus Christ. And so, you're doing great. Remember, rock it. Yep, you're good. Rock your knife. So you want to keep, you're always ideally, when you're chopping things so you don't injure yourself, the tip of the knife you try to keep on the board and you're rocking the handle. And that's going to give you, great, you're doing great. Perfect. I will say I'm never the best person to ever teach anyone like actual like fine knife skills. This is beautiful. You guys did great. I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller, but otherwise you did great. Because I always use my fingertips, and you're not supposed to. That's like a bit, use your knuckles, use your I have very small hands, okay? So using my knuckle, it does not work well for me. And so I've just learned to not cut myself. And so we always, so, I mean, that's not great, but that's the truth. So what we want is that sizzle. I'm sure you guys mostly can hear it. The sizzle that hit the pan. All right, here, stir it around, stir it around. You're gonna add your onion. I will tell you, one of the biggest things to not do, you don't wanna scoop with your knife and like put stuff in a pot, right? Because you're messing up your blade. So you don't wanna do that. So use your hands like I just did. Or a bench scraper. Does everybody know what a bench scraper is? It's like that piece of metal. That's a good way to do it, to scoop. Rachel Ray makes one that has like whatever, Rachel Ray. You know, also thought she was an innovator when I was 12. I was a big, like, EVOO, what's up? Now I'm like, oy vey. But anyways, she makes one that has like a little cavity to it, so it can hold quite a bit of stuff, and they're like $9. So it's actually a pretty handy tool. I'm just gonna let you know. I have one at home. My brother-in-law bought it for me. Beautiful. So we're just gonna move these onions around. You're doing a great job. Nobody's sticking with our 1.5 tablespoons of oil. So we just wanna cook these onions until they start to get translucent, because then we're gonna add our beef in. And so we don't wanna cook them until fully translucent or anything like that, because then by the time we add the meat, they're gonna start getting brown, and like, that's not really what we're going for. So we're stirring, great. I would always recommend getting local meat when you can. I'm telling you this as I'm unwrapping beef I bought at Meijer. Please don't judge me. I ran out of time yesterday to get to the butcher. But I would always recommend, and look, right here, you could buy local meat. If I would have known, girl, if I would have known, but y'all should go do that. The meat I buy at my house is from a local farmer. But I didn't have any. So I have a 5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. I have 2 daughters. And I am just always behind. Since that second one came, woo, I am always behind. I try really hard, and I am just always behind. So I had every intention of getting local beef. And then, you know, she's getting her eye teeth. She's a pain in the tush right now. And so I was home. I just got a late start, so I apologize. Every single time they ask me to do a demo, I'm always like, don't worry, I'm gonna try really hard to be on time. I definitely have given them all heart attacks before showing up like 3 minutes before I'm supposed to start. That's happened. I still get to do them though, so it's fine. I will admit it myself that I cut the line. Today I was not. Today I was good. But I always skirt the line of tardy. All right, how are we looking? Oh, those are looking lovely. All right, we're getting close. And then, so ground meat. So honestly, if you're gonna add turkey or another lean meat, I might lean a little heavier on the oil you put in your pan because it's a little drier. That's just the nature of using a cleaner or like less fatty meat. So I'm gonna add this beef in. Are you ready? Okay. Boom. Yeah. So come on down, girl. Switch out. So use that spatula and start breaking up that meat. Do you got a brother? You got a sister? Are you the oldest or the youngest? All right, yeah. So think it's him, and just start whacking that meat. Cause I have siblings. I'm the oldest. And sometimes you just want to take it out on the ground beef and your chili, okay? Because being the oldest is hard. People don't realize that. All right. So wait, how long have you guys been Girl Scouts? 6 years. Around 6 years. What is your favorite part of being a Girl Scout?
I have to meet my friends and I learn how to be a better person.
Oh my, that's a great answer. If you did not hear, she said, I get to be with my friends. I get to learn how to be a better person. Like what? That's awesome. Yeah, I'm down. All right. What's your answer? No pressure. Huh? The trips. Where is the coolest place you've gone? Or what you like the best? Mackinac Island. I've never been to Mackinac Island. That's embarrassing. I'm a lifelong Michigander. I've lived here for 36 years. It's embarrassing. Okay, I don't know why I've never been. We'll blame my mom who can't boil water. Okay, that's her. She should have taken us. All right, so Mackinac. What's your favorite trip? Mackinac. What'd you guys do on Mackinac?
We went to a lot of different places.
A lot of different places. All right.
We took lots of walks and hikes. And
Walks and hikes.
We went on a horse carriage.
Ooh, a horse carriage.
A trail. It was to this little ups and we went to the lake.
Oh, nice. Nice lake hike, guys. That's awesome. I love it. So when you're going on trips, are you earning badges? Or are you just, okay, cool. Do you, see, so I was a Girl Scout. I'm a big fan of the Girl Scouts. I can't wait till my daughter, my 5-year-old, can be a Girl Scout. Because I think it's the coolest. Serious. I would probably still be a Girl Scout. That would be, they probably wouldn't let me. I'm 36. But I would if they would. What is your favorite badge you've ever earned? There's a lot? Okay. They're all pretty good. That's a good answer.
Badge that says I'm a Swiftie and a Girl Scout. That's probably one.
Oh, she has a badge that says I'm a Swiftie and a Girl Scout. That's pretty good. All right. Did you have to earn it or you just it's a cool badge?
Dance party.
A whole dance party?
And we played Taylor
Oh my
Swift.
God. Nice. All right. What's your favorite Taylor Swift song? I'm sure somebody out there is a Swiftie. There's somebody. You got a beat a bop that's your favorite?
I Know Places.
Okay. I know places. Is that what you just said to me? Okay, cool. I'm not as good of a Swiftie, clearly, as I'm what's the name of the song? Okay, what's your favorite?
Are they Kansas City fans?
Oh, are you Kansas City fans? Oh, God. All right. Just because of the boyfriend? Really? Okay. All right. No. Okay, listen. It is the Lions forever, okay? It's the Lions forever, okay? I am a diehard. Literally, this year, I got to go to the playoff game, the last playoff game. And it was the coolest because I've gone to Ford Field a lot and I've watched them lose a lot, okay? I've never seen them win in person. It was the best, huge Lions. I'm a humongous Lions fan. Even when they lose, I love them. So, all right, are you a Kansas City Chiefs fan?
I like the Lions.
Okay, you like the Lions better. All right, you've recovered. You don't know, that's fine. You don't have to. It's not for everybody, right? All right, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song? You got one?
I like Taylor Swift, but I was the fact that she makes 20 songs about one guy. That's okay.
20 songs about one guy, right? You don't need a guy to define you like that, all right? Or a girl, whatever. You don't need them to define you like that. I agree.
Making this song.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I don't really know. I just like listening to any song. Really.
Yeah, you like listening to any song? I like that answer.
Just whatever comes on the radio, really.
Okay, whatever comes on the radio. That's respectable. I'm a big Beyonce fan. That would be, that's my Taylor Swift, is Beyonce. All right, so, okay, we're looking like the meat is mostly brown. All right, does anyone, I don't want to tip, does anybody have one of these at home? See it? Yeah, these are awesome. The biggest thing, so it's like a meat masher, but you can use it for so many more things, let me tell you. But you want to wait until your meat is 80 to 90% cooked, or you're going to get raw meat all stuck inside of it. But this ideally is going to help you so much if you're making tacos and you have ground meat, or for chili or whatever. So I'm going to switch you out, or you can come on over and you're going to mash it. You've done an excellent job. A+. So you're going to start mashing it up. Come on, Maggie. Come on, Maggie. All right, so here's another thing. We're going to start seasoning now. So it's interesting because in American culture, we don't always think about this, but in Indian culture or a lot of African cooking, Asian cooking, it's about layering flavor. So things have flavor all throughout as opposed to when you take a bite of something and you taste everything at the end. So start adding your seasoning early in whatever you're cooking, and then you can adjust as you go, but a big part of it is to start adding early. So I'm gonna start dumping okay, again, I measure with my heart. There are measurements on the recipe, and that is what I did when I made because I demoed this first. So, but now I'm gonna measure with my heart, because that's who I am. So, first we're gonna add this Red Hots in, and the chili powder or Red Hots is gonna be the main seasoning, right? Because it's chili. That makes sense, right? I'm gonna add a lot. I'm gonna add some salt. Go like that. All right, and then this is my most favorite pepper mill of all time because this is all you do, and I like this so much more than the crank. And they're like $18. They're the best. I don't know how to say the brand. If you're interested, you can come take a picture. But they're the best. Oh, nope, that's for something else. All right, so now we got paprika. Second most that we're adding is paprika. Then we're gonna add some garlic powder. You could also add garlic to this if you would like fresh garlic. You would just add it. I would add your beef and then add it, because if you've ever burned garlic, you know you immediately start over, okay? And there are a lot of recipes that tell you to add the garlic. What is this, onion powder? Onion powder. There are a lot of recipes that tell you to add the garlic when you add the onion. Don't ever do that, okay? They are deceiving you, and you're gonna burn your garlic. Garlic does not need as long to cook or release. So, like the last minute and a half that you're cooking an onion is when you should add your garlic, or you're running the risk. Okay, this is looking great. Keep smooshing. I'm gonna add some Worcestershire. So I don't always add Worcestershire to my chili. I'm not gonna lie to you. I usually add beer. It felt weird adding beer to Girl Scout chili, so I didn't. I thought about it. My husband and I it felt wrong, but I'm telling you, could. I'm just saying you could add beer. I really thought about like a chocolate stout, right? Ooh, that'd be nice. Because the alcohol is gonna cook out. But again, it felt wrong, so I didn't. And we're gonna add some Worcestershire. So we're gonna put that in. It's gonna give you some saltiness. It's gonna make it taste like it's cooked a really long time. It's positive, right? So we got that hanging out. It's beautiful. Does it smell good? Yeah. What is your guys' favorite food? I always like to know this about people. Tacos, solid answer. There's a lot of food. Well, it's good to be a diverse eater.
I think tacos too.
Tacos too. Tacos, you know what the thing about tacos is they can always be a little bit different. And so it's a good, mine is cheeseburgers. Everybody thinks when you're a chef, you have a fancy favorite food, and then I tell people it's cheeseburgers, and someone's always disappointed in my answer. But that is my answer. Like, that is the best food. I don't, what? Like, who is saying, like, oh, foie gras is my favorite food? You're a liar. You're a liar. Like, you are not eating that 4 nights a week, okay? And there, you could eat 4 different kinds of cheeseburgers in a week. Not saying I have done that, but I probably have done that. So, the best cheeseburger in Michigan, because I've eaten a lot of cheeseburgers. If you're ever in Ann Arbor, on Maple in Ann Arbor, there is a place called Ricewood Barbecue, okay? They also have a location, if you're familiar with Ann Arbor, at York. It's like down by Stadium. We don't care about that one right now, though. So, there's a brick and mortar establishment on Maple, Ricewood Barbecue. On Fridays, they make burgers. They have a special burger of the month always, and then they have their traditional burger that they like coat in a seasoning. Oh my God. It is the best burger in Michigan. And I can tell you, I've ate everywhere. I've eaten at the plate. Oh my God. Where does everyone say is the best one? Miller's. It's not. Whoever said, if you're lying, that is not the best burger. Okay. Also, don't they have like the onions and the pickles on the table? That's sketchy. Nobody wants those. Nobody wants to put their hands in a thing. Gross, okay? No, it's not that good. It's not that good. I went one time and I was like, this is it? Like, what the? And the guy I was dating at the time, I should have known it was his favorite. And I was like, well, so no, not. I would say, if I was gonna go so far as to say a burger that style, Braze in Westland, that's better than Miller's. Oh God, everyone that says that, I'm like, that's how I know. That's how I know if you're legit or not when you say Miller's. Oh, Zingerman's Roadhouse also makes a really good burger. And I'm not just saying that because I worked there for a bazillion years cooking those burgers. I mean, so they have the thing on Mondays at the Roadhouse where you get burger, fries, and salad. Okay, it used to be $13.99. They charge a lot of money now, like a lot of money. So I don't know what it is anymore, but it's the blue plate on Mondays. And you get to pick a cheese, which normally you have to pick it off the like cheese list and it's more money, but it's included on Mondays. I used to make so many burgers every Monday for 3 years. I worked the grill for 3 years. And for the first 2 months, every night, I would go to my executive chef's office and I would be like, I don't think I'm good at this. And I think I don't know that I should do this anymore. And this is what he reverse psychology. Oh, you want to work on pantry? Is that what you want to do? Which pantry, if you don't know, they make salad, they do dessert. And at the Roadhouse, they shuck oysters. And so, like, it is not, like, the cool position, okay? Like, no tea, no shade against pantry chefs, but, like, it's not cool, all right? Like, it's cool to, like, do stuff on the hotline. And so I would be like, well, I'm not saying that. And then I would leave the office every time and be like, wait, I'm still on the grill? Like, what happened? And it happened, like, 6 times. And but it made me really, really good. It made me really good because the volume there is insane. Okay, so at this point, we're taking our tag-alongs, okay? 1 entire container. And we're gonna go like that. Ready? You ready? We're just gonna dump them in. We're gonna dump, yeah, exactly. You're gonna start smashing them. And I know it seems like wrong. It's not. It's gonna be great, okay? Have faith in the process. So, you're gonna start smashing them. And so the biggest thing you want to do, the chocolate and the peanut butter naturally are going to melt from the heat of the meat, right? But that you got a cookie in there, right? You got a cookie in there that you got to get to dissolve. So you got to smash them. Yeah, girl. And that is also why one of those, guys, I don't know what the technical name for this tool is because I'm not like a kitchen gadget person, but my brother-in-law, a meat masher. I like that's what we're going to call it, meat masher. The meat masher is really helpful for this. If you don't have a meat masher, like don't run out and buy one unless you want. I mean, they're like $6, but you can use a potato, like a potato ricer or smasher. You can use that instead. So I'm gonna tell you this is the longest part of the recipe is trying to get these cookies to dissolve. And you're just gonna keep mooshing. And so the magic that happens when you're doing this, when you're mashing up these cookies is it naturally starts to thicken the chili, right? And then you end up with more of this like coney-esque chili consistency. We're gonna we'll add a little stock to it to thin it out because it's gonna get really thick. And so the other reason you wanna go a little heavy-handed on the flavors, okay, so there's cookies in this chili. It has a sweeter taste to it. That is like, I can't make the sugar fall out. So, so the biggest thing if you decide to make this at home is to make sure you're tasting and adjusting the seasoning. Like you want to balance it with the chocolate and the peanut butter. Trying to pretend like it's not there that's silly. Because like the whole point is that there are tag-alongs in it. So you're trying to balance it, right? And then to your liking, like maybe you like a garlicky chili, maybe you like a more savory, you know, whatever. And then I'm going to tell you, because it's a coney dog, you need to have mustard and onions on it. And the mustard and onions also is greatly going to like complement how sweet it is without overpowering it. So even if you're not normally a mustard onion guy or gal, or they or them, you should for this. Like you should try it. And if you don't like it, that's all right. Guess what? Not everything is for everybody. I firmly believe that. But I do think you should try it the way it's intended first before you make adjustments to it. So, all right, what else can I ask you about being a Girl Scout? Do you guys still do swaps? Is that a thing? Oh man, that was my favorite part of being a Girl Scout. You like make, if you're not familiar, swaps. You like, see if it's still the same. Because I was a Girl Scout like 20 some years ago. 20 years, just 20 years ago, it's fine. So, well, probably a little longer than, I don't want to do that math, okay? We don't need to do that to me this morning. So, you make a craft, right? And then you go to like, it was always a gymnasium for us. You make a craft and then you swap with other Girl Scouts for their craft. You still do this? Sweet. Do you have a favorite craft you have made?
I took like pipe cleaners and I made like a little campfire out of them.
Oh, a pipe cleaner campfire. That is very cool. So the hot thing one year, I'll never forget why I remember this so many years later. So a troop took a thin ribbon and they had shiny, shiny, shiny brand new pennies. And someone must have like dremeled a little hole in it and put a little like circle loop. So it was like a penny charm on a ribbon. And this was the 90s, so like chokers were cool. I mean, they're kind of cool again, but and that was like everybody wanted that, right? Everybody was like, what do I got to give you to get that necklace? And it's like my biggest memory from that time is like that was the coolest thing, right? Does the troop make a craft or do you each individually make your own craft?
We made our own crafts.
Nice.
We traded it with each other.
Oh, nice. They made their own crafts, traded with each other. Nice. Very nice. All right. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, see? Can everybody, you can see, right? Yeah, the cookie is starting to dissolve, right? So we're just going to keep, I know it seems a little tedious, but we're going to keep mashing. And then like the liquid in there from the Worcestershire, from the oil, from a little bit of fat from the beef, it's also going to help break down that cookie. So I think we definitely do. While we're smooshing, do you want to talk about pickling onions? All right. So pickling onions is one of my favorite things. I put them on a lot of stuff. So I like a pickled red onion. Why it's called red, it's purple, but red onion. That's what they call them. Because they're naturally a little bit sweeter. So what we're going to do, like we did, we're going to cut the ends off. And guess what? I have 3 onions. So you can each do a whole onion. It's good. It makes you tough. So when you're starting at being a chef, right? You usually do a lot of prep work. Like that's the beginning in a kitchen. And let me tell you, they make you cut so many onions. You cut so many onions. Like that is the job you get to do a lot of. And when I was at Parks and Rec, we had caramelized onions on like I don't know why, but on like everything. And there was always like onions and, sausage gravy, onions and whatever we were making. There was a Monday night where I diced, and like I didn't have one of those cool slap chop things. It was me and a knife. 100 friggin' pounds of Spanish onions. And to this, I like remember every minute of it. I will say I'm lucky my eyes don't water from onions because I wear contacts. And that's the only thing I can figure is that's why it doesn't happen because the gas doesn't get to my eyeball or whatever. But that day sucked. And I smelled like onions for 4 days. It was, So, all right, so for this one, we're gonna do a different cut. So remember we diced the white onion, right? So now we're gonna julienne an onion. That is a fancy way to say cut into strips, okay? So a lot of things in cooking originated in France, which is why they have ridiculous names like julienne. So if your name is Julianne or Julianne, I'm not saying you're ridiculous. I'm just saying it's sometimes is ridiculous the things that we have to say, like sous vide, right? Like there's a lot of French cooking things. All right, so what it means is we're gonna cut this guy into thinner strips. Watch your fingers. That's the biggest thing. Watch your fingers. Go slow. But my thing is, right? So the tip of my knife is staying on the board, and I'm rocking. That's the biggest thing to learn about using a knife is the rocking. Okay. So you want to do some thinner strips. And then if everybody should have delis at their house. I don't know why everybody doesn't. That's what this is called. You can buy them at GFS and like Amazon or whatever. But they are so helpful. And if you want to wash them, you wash them. If you don't want to wash them, maybe you throw it away. Who's judging you? It's your house. So I love delis. So we're going to put them in a deli. I actually have pickled onions in a deli at my house right now. So we're going to throw these in here. All right. You're cutting first? Yeah. All right, ready to do strips? Come on down. You're gonna cut some strips. You're just gonna rock the knife. You're fine. Look, watch. See? You're using this part of the knife and you're just rocking. Okay, go slow. It's good. Perfect. Good. So pickling onions. So, whenever you can quick pickle, like basically, I feel like basically anything. I've quick pickled blueberries, rhubarb, onions. I pickle a lot of stuff. Cherries. But a quick pickle is when you're just gonna like you're gonna make brine and you're gonna just pour it over. And within, because of the heat from it, okay, now granted it's gonna last in your fridge probably like, so the safe answer is 2 weeks, the real answer is a month. So 2 weeks is like what the health department would tell me to tell you. A month is like real, mine are older than that. We're brave in my house. But so you're going to pour, the act of pouring the hot liquid over the vegetable is gonna soften it enough. And then the longer it sits in the brine, the picklier it'll become, right? But typically, like for my business or whatever, when we pickle onions, we use them pretty short. Nice job. We're gonna put them in the deli. We use them pretty shortly after pickling them, and they're good. So, all right, nice. So for our brine, I always, and this is what I do, okay? I'm teaching you what I do and like the method I use. You can obviously, the biggest thing about cooking, I always think, is the method, and then you adjust it to your preference. So what I do is equal parts water and red wine vinegar. So if I'm doing a lot of it, which normally we make like 8 quarts of pickled onions at a time, so I'm measuring quarts of liquid. Today we're not doing that. Perfect. All right, Olivia, it's your turn, and you get to start from the beginning. All right, so we're gonna add red wine vinegar. It's my preferred. And we're just gonna make sure it has equal parts to water. So for deli, I'm gonna tell you it's a cup and a half, friends. I'm gonna tell you it's a cup and a half. Cup and a quarter probably. But we're just gonna do equal parts with water, which, would you mind adding water from the drinking fountain for me? Could you do that for me? I appreciate it. Equal parts. Give or take. It's not like no one's gonna know. And then my favorite thing with pickled onions is, does anyone know what they are? Oh wait, I want you to see the label. Oh my gosh, I almost just ruined it for myself. Ruined. Anybody know? Guess. Pomegranate, decent guess. Anybody else? Red peppercorns, did I hear? They're pink peppercorns, so you're very close. So a pink peppercorn is a young peppercorn, and they have a more, thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you. They have a, in my opinion, like citrusy taste, more so than like a spicy black pepper taste. Okay, so here's the truth, not a lot of grocery stores sell them. Your easiest bet is gonna be to buy them offline or to go to a specialty market. I'm sorry, that is the worst. That is like the hardest thing about when you teach people like how you cook as a chef in a kitchen is like we have access to stuff that is hard for people that don't work. Like I buy mine in jugs. Like I buy pink peppercorns in 5, like they're literally gallon jugs from Del Bain. So not everybody can do that. So pink peppercorns though, really I think makes this because I feel like the citrus of a pink peppercorn really plays nicely with the red onion. So what we're gonna do, let's look at our chili. How are things? Oh my God, it's looking beautiful. Will you smush that little meat? Oh yeah, nice. The cookie is almost totally dissolved. Oh my gosh, my phone is reminding me to post on social media because that's how bad I am at it. Then I have a reminder in my phone. Yeah, please. This chili that I made is already hot and ready to go. Do you want me to move it over for you? Cool. Hold on, let me give you a towel. Sorry, friends. Where do you want it?
Right
Oh, look at, you're more prepared than I am. Okay. He does this more, friends. Okay. Look at how nice these hot dogs look. Killing it. I feel like this will be a good scooper, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's perfect.
Okay, perfect, great. All right, so, oh my God, perfect. We have this burner free now. How's your onion coming? It's looking good, beautiful. All right, so your eyes are watering from the onion, see? I'm not gonna say I hope you wear contacts someday, because that's not nice to wear. I'm blind as a bat, like legally bad blind. I started wearing glasses in 3rd grade, so, but it's the perk of being blind as a bat, is that I get to wear contacts and not have onions bother me. So, we have a smaller stock pot, and I'm gonna put it on high, because we're gonna add, are you doing okay? You gonna make it? Yeah? Do you wanna go wash your hands? Go ahead. Yeah, see? Onions. And that's what they make you start with in a kitchen because they're terrible. Yes. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, good question. What else would I use if I didn't have tagalongs? I'm adding this vinegar and water to this pot. That's all I'm doing. I would probably start with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. To be perfectly honest, if you want the flavor, right? I would probably do about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and then I would use dark chocolate. If it was me personally, if you want to use semi-sweet, that's fine. If that's what you have in your cabinet, that's fine. And I would probably, you could use a bar or chips, whichever you have. And I would start lighter. I would probably do like 2 tablespoons is what I would do. Like start with 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips and then add a little more as you go. So that's what I would do. I'm not gonna make you do it because you just wash your hands, but I'm gonna, yeah, you're gonna. Ooh, if there weren't tagalongs, what other cookie would I use? You're really challenging me today because tagalongs was weird enough. You guys have a peanut butter sandwich cookie? I might do that. Do you still do that? Do you still make a peanut butter sandwich cookie? Do-si-dos. I would use a do-si-do. I think that could be good. I feel like you could, and this is very weird, but I feel like you could almost make a little more of an Asian chili with the Samoa, right? You know, lean into the caramel, lean into the coconut, maybe add some miso, some more peppers. Like I would maybe do, that's what I would probably do. And so I would change the flavor profile a little bit, adjust it to the cookie. What would you do? Thin mints. I think that could be good. The mint might be good, I think so. And so much of cooking is experimenting. I will tell you, when I found Girl Scouts, because I tested this recipe like 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and you couldn't find, it was hard to find Girl Scouts, but I found some. And when I bought 6 boxes of tagalongs, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. This could be a crap idea, and I have to think of something else. But so much of cooking is experimenting and trying to figure out if it's the right thing. And so I would say try it with Thin Mints. All right, we're looking good. All right, so I think, can you see in that pot that it's starting to get a little dry? Right, like you can start to see in the bottom. Here, may I? Thank you so much. It's starting to stick a little bit. We got a little dry. So what we're gonna do to get it more of a coney viscosity is we're gonna add some stock. I think on your recipe it says 1/2 cup. I feel pretty confident in 1/2 cup. You might need to add a little more, depending on how long you cook it, a little less. All right, and then we're gonna, you wanna use that spatula. Relatively clean. All right, and then you stir it in. And then, is this pot hot? Here, you don't touch it, I'll touch it. Yeah, here. If you want to get a better grip, you can hold your handle like this. Cool. I forgot about that. So I just touch things and then I forget other people don't just, I can't draw my kids bath water because I have burned their feet. Because I'm like, it's not hot, get in the tub. And my husband will come in and be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, ugh. So I don't have a lot of feeling in my hands for that. What kind of stock? So I use beef stock because I'm using ground beef. When I did it with sausage, I used vegetable stock. So I would just say make sure you're using something that's flavorful. I really like, and this is a little, right, like people get a little funky about this, but I really like, there's a brand Better Than Bouillon, and it is like it's like a jelly-ish consistency. I know it sounds weird, but it's an awesome base that adds a lot of flavor, adds a lot of like slow cooked energy, and you just add some water to it and that'll make stock. That honestly, it's one of my favorite things to do because it, like I said, it'll give it more of an all day feel when you haven't really cooked it all day. But so I would match your stock up with the kind of meat you're using. That's what I would do. Onions. Oh my gosh, girls, we gotta cut another onion. Jesus, I can't do that. I'll do it. That's so mean. To be like, cut another onion? No. If you want to become chefs, I promise you, you'll cut a lot of onions. So, forgot we needed to dice an onion. Da-na-na-na-na-na. All right, what's your favorite, what else can I ask you guys? What's your favorite activity you do in your troop? Planning the trips. All right. Travel, man. That's your thing. I like it. What about you, darling? Same as you. Okay, we like traveling. I like it, ladies. I like it. Do you got any trips coming up? You don't know? Okay. All right. Okay, now I got another question. Do you feel like selling Girl Scout cookies is teaching you guys about entrepreneurship and owning a business and all that jazz? Do you feel like it's helping you with that? Yeah. What do you think your biggest lesson has been? This is like an interview. I like it. What do you think your biggest lesson has been with selling cookies? Math. Okay. I like that answer. Math too? Okay. What, like adding up what to do? Okay, nice. I like it. Yeah, they still camp. That was the question. Like in a tent?
Last time we were in a cabin.
They were in a cabin. See, I could do a cabin. I can't. A tent? A tent? No, thank you. So no, thank you for me. I just feel I don't understand the appeal of like I'm gonna pack up essentially an entire house, reconstruct it in the woods, to then clean it all up and come back to my house. Like and hope it doesn't rain, and hope nobody like I don't know gets a lot of bug bite. Oh God, I can't. My oldest, her name is Eleanor, she has been wanting to go camping, and I'm like, that is so great. Go talk to your dad. Go talk to your dad. He loves it too. He loves it too. Your mom, it's not sure for your mom. All right, so for these onions to go on our dogs, I'm doing, oh, there's the baby. I'm doing we're doing a little smaller dice, right? And it's a little chaotic because I have it everywhere. Because this table height, friends, it's not ideal. It's probably not bad for you guys because you're a little shorter than I am, but not that I'm like super tall, but okay. We're gonna bring this like this. Doo-dee-doo-doo. No one look at the onions on the floor, okay? That didn't happen. Didn't happen. There's nothing there. See this right here. Have people's backs. That's what I got to say. Okay, so to our boiling liquid, right? That's happening over here. We're gonna add some pink peppercorns. I measure with my heart. I'm gonna tell you it's a tablespoon, give or take. And then I'm gonna add salt. Again, quarter cup. I'll tell you it's quarter cup. If anyone seriously wants a pickled onion recipe, you can email me. I have a real one, like with measurements, not just me and my heart. It's my email is chef Allie Lyttle, my name at Gmail. I will send you my recipe, hand to God. But right now I'm gonna measure with my heart. So then I like brown sugar in pickles. I like brown sugar in anything I can substitute brown sugar, I do. I like it better than white sugar. Not gonna lie to you guys. So we're gonna add that in. And then Olivia, will you do me a favor and grab that whisk? It's 3 tablespoons.
Is it possible if I can borrow one of these lovely ladies?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to go distribute and I'll whisk? All right, we're gonna whisk it and we're gonna cook it until it dissolves. That's our big thing right now. We're dissolving the sugar and the salt. I will also say if I have a bay leaf or 3, I would add those. I don't have bay leaves in my house right now. I don't know why. So we don't have any bay leaves. I apologize. But in my traditional pickled onions, that's what we would do. All right, let me see. Oh my God, it's looking beautiful. Her favorite food is chili. I'll take that. That's pretty great. Also, you can make a lot of kinds of chili, right? White chicken chili, coney chili, chili with beans, chili with no beans, chili with tagalongs. Oh, they went. Her and her dad and her brother went to a chili contest. Oh, they made it at their house. Yeah. The brother won. His was really good. I like that. What was in it? Do you know what was in his chili? The white chicken chili? Nice. I love it. Oh, wait. Is your brother older or younger? Older. How is that? Is he fine? Is he good? Is he a good brother? You guess. All right. I mean, that's pretty good. It's better than being like, no, he's awful, right? Because that could happen. Yeah, he's something. I'll take that. All right, so we're letting that cook. I think our chili's done. You did a beautiful job. So, at the end, you can see our consistency. She's pretty thick, guys. She's pretty thick. We can add more stock if we, oh God, sorry, I'm getting louder. We can add more stock if we want to make it more of a coney consistency, but you guys did a beautiful job. I'm very grateful. Oh, so the liquid, once everything's dissolved, which I feel like it is, I'm gonna pour it. Would you mind putting those two things, the onions, on this cutting board, the cut ones? Oh my God, I always have a towel in my back pocket. I don't right now. That's what I'm reaching for though. We're gonna take our pickle brine and we're gonna, we'll put it back in the deli. Sorry guys, I gave you bad instructions. Sorry, I gave you bad instructions. We put them back in the delis? Sorry, that's my beef. It's my beef. I was not clear. Nice, nice. Look how cute your nails are. Okay. I just noticed. I also like your cookie apron. Cookie apron. You get a badge for wearing, what badge?
It says I wore the cookie costume.
I wore the cookie costume. It's a badge. Yo, I like these new badges. It's fun. It's a fun thing. Yeah, right? It's good.
What's your weirdest What's your weirdest patch?
What's your weirdest patch? Ooh, good question. I'm gonna pour. Watch yourself. We cut more onions than we were supposed to, but it's alright. And then, you don't have a weirdest patch? You don't, like, you didn't have to, oh God, my mic is falling, guys. You can't think of it? It's alright. Do you have a patch for, like, I don't know, like dog walking? Is that a patch? You don't know? Alright. How do you guys decide the patches? Does your troop leader say, like, listen here, ladies, this is what we're doing? Kinda? Okay. Yeah, kinda. Alright, you're looking, you're trying to figure it out. I don't know. Are you brownies? Wait. Oh, they have a unicorn patch. Dancing fun. Oh, it's cute. Can you guys see that? It's cute. That's a cute patch. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Are you brownies still? Or are you juniors? Is that what's next? Cadets. Okay. I think I only made it to junior. You wore green. It's when you got to wear green, I remember. It's like a big deal. I still remember if anyone is familiar with Girl Scouts, if you start when you're little and you're a daisy, you cross a bridge to, could you still do this? You cross a bridge to become a brownie. Yes? Yeah, oh, brownie to junior too. I still remember crossing the bridge from daisy to brownie. So being a Girl Scout stays with you, man. That's awesome. How long do you guys think you're gonna be Girl Scouts? Oh, be a Girl Scout until you can't do it anymore, until you're like the top Girl Scout. All right, do you want to pass out this time? Yeah, your turn? Your pass out? A spoon in every one. All right, how long do you want to be a Girl Scout? Till the end. I love that answer. So my husband was a Boy Scout, and he made it until just before you become an Eagle Scout. And so we'll tell people that. I'm like, that's not cool. Almost being an Eagle Scout is not cool. Being an Eagle Scout is cool. Like, go to the end. You gotta go all the way to the end. I'm with you. All right, friends. I'm at time. Look at that. Look at that. Does anybody have any questions? It can be about anything. It doesn't have to be about chili or Girl Scouts. It could really be about anything. Yes. Yeah. How would I have made it if I was just making it? Very similarly to how we made it today. I would have, honestly, towards the end, I would have tasted it again, and then I would have adjusted seasoning. And then, honestly, I would let it cook for a while. On low, I would let it cook for a while. The chili you guys are going to eat, I made in a bigger batch, and it cooked for probably, I don't know, I think 3 hours I let it go for. And then the biggest thing if you're going to let it continue to cook is just keeping an eye. So there's a lot of sugar in cookies, right? And sugar will brown and then eventually burn if you're not careful. So I kept an eye on it, and I would add stock. As it was starting to get like, this is getting a little nerve-wracking, I would add a little bit of stock to it. So that's pretty much the only difference. I try to give people, and like I said, I don't measure. That's the God's, I had a good friend recently ask me for my ranch dressing recipe, and I was like, this is what I use, and I can give you the rough idea, but like it depends, right? Like, you know, people say like, oh, use a bunch of dill. I'm from my produce vendor. I've got bunches of dill that are this big around, and I've got bunches of dill that are this big around, right? So like, I feel like the biggest thing with cooking is like tasting as you go and then adjusting it to your preference. And that's with any recipe, right? And I think sometimes people are so like nervous to like adjust a recipe or like make it fit whatever you like to eat. And I would just encourage you, like, if you don't like something, omit it or swap it with something else, and like, no one's gonna judge you. You should just, that's what you should do. And so that's my biggest thing with cooking that I try. I've tried to teach a method or like an idea. Like you can use this brine. I have pickled lots and lots and lots of things with this same brine. Blueberries, cherries, rhubarb, other stuff I can't think of right now. Not actual pickles though. I wouldn't actually pick up like a cucumber. I wouldn't use this brine. I'd use white vinegar. That's probably the biggest difference, but yeah. Do you have any questions? No? You're good? All right. Anybody else? Oh, yeah. Oh, the most popular thing. So being in Brighton, Michigan, people really like meat. We're a big, like that has been a big, because I cooked in Detroit for a really long time, people eat everything. I cooked in Ann Arbor, people eat pretty much everything. In Brighton, it is not the same. And so that has been an adjustment. Like where people were like, burrata. What's burrata? Like, which I'm like, isn't that like kind of, so if you don't know what burrata is, don't admit it. You don't have to tell anybody. But it's like the shell of mozzarella and inside of it is like cream. It's like, right? So it's like fattier, better mozzarella. Burrata is. But people, I use it a lot because I love it. And a lot of people would not buy the stuff with burrata on it because they were like, I don't know what that is. So we've had a lot of education. But what I would say, our most popular things are anytime we do stuff with gnocchi, we have done tteokbokki gnocchi, which if you don't know what tteokbokki is, it is Korean. It's a Korean dish, and traditionally it's made with rice sticks, which are like a little gummy noodle crossover, if you will, and then like like gochujang, a chili paste. So we did that, like a tteokbokki gnocchi. Say that 5 times fast. With short ribs, people loved that. So and like we've done, what do we have this week? We have pad thai gnocchi this week, and people have liked that quite a bit. So anything with gnocchi is always really popular. And then short ribs. Whenever we do anything with short rib cobbler, like we do with an herb drop biscuit. We do, what else do we do with short ribs? Oh, we do a short rib and like pierogi dish. That's really popular. So those are the big ones. For sure. And then our salads are always kind of funky, and so people like those a lot too. Oh, what do I love to make the most? You know, that is a really hard question as a chef. So I always say, my answer is always in season and well seasoned. That's my favorite thing to make. I like using and living in Michigan, it's awesome. Like we have a good variety. Right now we're getting to the lame time where it's like, nothing is exceptional right now, really. Like, for being honest, like, the variety is not the best. Hearty greens are good. Squash you could still use, but... So this is where it starts to get like, come on, spring. Can I get an asparagus? Can I get a ramp, a pea, a nettle? Can I get something? Fiddlehead fern, somebody. But I would say I love braising meat. That is that's my favorite way to eat meat. My favorite way to cook meat is to braise things. And to braise them in like we braise pork chops in Vernors. I make a rock and rye brisket. I like the mashup. I like a weird mashup, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, putting tagalongs and chili. I like a weird thing. I like braising meat. I really like I make all of our salad dressings, all of our sauces. Because it's me and my sous chef, and so I do all that stuff. She cooks all the starches. I don't want to make rice. I hate making, like, isn't that the lamest answer? But I hate making rice. So she does like our rice, our couscous, any kind of potato, and I make all the sauces. Like that's kind of how it offsets. But those I would say are my most favorite things to do. Yeah. All right, anything else that I can answer? All right, we're still eating funky hot dogs.